So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Achane. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
You know, kid, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. May now from the gun. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Operating from the gun, here's May. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game or already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
And not only does he go in the wrong direction, but he's stopped for a net loss on the return. And after the punch, the offense comes out onto the field. And it's going to be Texans football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Oh, ready.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Offense up to the line fast.
Hey, south. 11. Hey.
Stroud now on 3rd. That's caught for the 1st. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Wideout's getting involved in the ground game. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out. Good run. Gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, this is a headache-inducing run for a defensive coach. I could just imagine that staff both upstairs and down on the field watching it, Kate, because now, well, they don't have to just worry about this guy catching as a receiver. Now they know he can be a weapon in the ground game, too.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
3rd down, 1 yard to go.
Robin.
From the gun, Stroud. Able to hit Mason, complete. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Just a single yard, but that's going to be enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Out comes the field goal team for the Texans. Needs a good amount here, too. 51 yards away. Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. And we continue to await our opening score of this ball game.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
Let's go now.
On 1st down, they're going to start out with Achane. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They'll stick with Achane. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
That's the kind of run that shows he's trying to take some stress off the passing game to provide big plays. What a great help to that side of an offense when the ground game can deliver chunk plays too.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can...
Ready now for our 2nd quarter. The Colts have the football. They've got 2nd and 5. Achane again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They send the tight end in motion. He gets it out left, and it's caught. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face, because I could think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
May throwing for it. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. They come through with 6 yards there, Brock, and they're rewarded with a new set of downs.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the 1st down.
May on 1st and 10. Locates Adonai Mitchell. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. Working quickly here. Tight end going in motion here. Running with Achane out of the gun. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. Achane scores. Touchdown, Indy. The Colts get the game's first points here in the second. Devon Achane with the touchdown. On is Chase McLaughlin for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Colts take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1-for-1. The Colts ready to kick this one away, and away we go once more. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
Oh, hey.
Stroud off the play fake. Connects on the crosser. How about 29 yards on first down? And a fresh set of downs on its way. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. He was hoping to get it to Tank Dell there. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
Completed over the middle. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. On play action, here's Stroud. He throws a bullet to the center. He's got it deep downfield. And that finds him in the end zone for the Houston touchdown. The Texans can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. And the kick is missed, but there's a flag on the play. Looks like a defensive miscue is... Another try. Well, any contact on an extra point is going to draw that flag, and it's going to let them try the point after again. Another shot at this extra point here. That kick a whole lot easier after that penalty, right? And he sent it through. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. Returning it from the 4. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. They've got first down from the 31.
Let's go.
From the gun, it's May. Hauled in by Waddle. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
Kid, I was on the field with a young high school quarterback just last week, and I told him one of the greatest attributes a quarterback can have is courage. And it takes courage to sit in that pocket that long, let a play develop, and let that receiver work all the way from one side of the field to the other Give him a chance to make a play.
And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. May. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Back to the air, it's May. Finds his man, Waddle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Third down run from Achan. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Throw caught at the 6. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Here's May. The back grabs it. He has the Indianapolis touchdown. McLaughlin attack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Colts break that tie and now lead by 7. The Colts ready to kick this one away, and away we go once more. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Only 17 seconds left for him as they begin this drive.
One more. Here we go. Under.
Sprout throwing here on 1st. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. From the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
That one's cut along the left sideline. And a solid gain gets them across the 45 before he goes out. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it sets up a Houston first. Shotgun now for Stroud. A massive shot towards the end zone. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. Fielded at the 7. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. 1st down, Stroud. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. They've got a man in motion. Trying again, following the sack. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down. The Texans set to punt. And no doubt he wants to get his season started with a good one here. And he's brought down before the return gets far. It's scored as a 51-yard punt. And the Colts will take over. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Second half begins with a run by Achane. And he's able to work this down to the 41. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. May now from the gun. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
He's back to throw. They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a 4th down stand.
Yeah, I don't care that they didn't get it. Still the right call in that situation. It's a little too long for a field goal, and a punt really nets you very few yards. The decision-making was sound. It was the execution that let them down.
Here we go.
The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. Fits it through the middle. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And this throw's knocked away, incomplete.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Here we go.
Stroud to throw again on second. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
11.
To the air yet again. It's Stroud. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. They'll bring out the punter here. It's fielded at the 14. He gets him out of the deep part of their half. This is out across the 20. That just misses the 50 mark, gets a 49-yard punt. And it'll be their football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's May. They'll get this one to Watkins. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Colts. Going play action, May. Avoid some trouble there. No one open, so he chucks this to another county. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Here's May to the air. Into traffic, complete. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
Out of the shotgun, a give to A.J. He's out in the clear. It's an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts take a 13-point lead. Devon Achane with the touchdown. McLaughlin tacks on the extra point. And the Colts double their lead to 14. The Colts ready to kick this one away, and away we go once more. Here's a return from the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Hey, uno.
From the gun, Stroud. And no look there, and that throw falls to the ground.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Uno more.
Throwing is Stroud. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and out 3rd down.
Oh, ready?
On play action, here's Stroud. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Jones. And the Colts will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
That is just a big-time individual effort, Kate, defensively. First, he takes the ball away, and then he's looking for points, right? He turns from defense to offense, and one more move, and he might have broken it to the house.
1st down throw for May. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. A-chain on the inside give. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
We know how hard explosive plays can be in the NFL, and so often they come via the air. What a great help for the offense to find an explosive play on the ground. Well done.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. The throw is caught. And he drives this forward to the 6.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. This throw is caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
3rd and 4 coming up now. We've reached the end of 3 in our... Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Here's A-chain up the middle. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. It's a gain of only 1. Still 3 yards to go here on 4th down. Trying to throw for it with May. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Certainly looking for that nail in the coffin, the knockout punch, a touchdown, and 3-possession lead that could put this one out of reach. Hey, it's a luxury they could afford to take in that spot. Built himself up a little buffer here, Kate. But it's never over till it's over.
Hits him on the in route. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's on the move. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Colts pick it up. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
Well, you can just see the QB scanning, can't you? He's moving, he's looking downfield, but everything covered up on the back end. That 2nd and 3rd level defenders did their job, and what did it do? Well, free that pass rush up to strip the ball away from the QB.
Is in for the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts make it a 3-score game in the 4th. Devon A-chain with the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. That one splits the uprights. And the Colts stretch their lead to 21. The Colts ready to kick this one away, and away we go once more. He fields it from the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun here. He's going to push one deep down there. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Colts will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Oh boy, they cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and two very different tones and tenors on these two sidelines. One coach is pleading, begging for some ball security. The other is simply saying, keep it up, boys. Keep taking that ball away. Job well done.
It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. A-Chain running to the right. Finds a big lane. And he's all the way down to the 10-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that execution every time.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Staying on the ground here with A-Chain. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
2nd down carry for A-Chain. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Check.
They run. It's A-Chain. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Colts put up even more points in a win. Devon A-Chain with the touchdown. McLaughlin's extra point is up and good. And the Colts continue piling on to this lead. The Colts ready to kick this one away, and away we go once more. This return starts at the 5. He's got a lane up past the 30. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
Oh, hey.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. He's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Houston. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
One after try good by Reichert. And the Texans cut the lead by a quarter, down now to 21. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning. Now a toss play for A-Chain. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. That takes us to the 2-minute warning in Houston. Colts looking like they'll start this season with a win. All right, here we go, 2nd down. Achane gets it. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. It's a gain of 3 after the loss, but still 3rd and 8 to work with. Here's Achane. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. He's got it at the 24. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Call that punt a 52-yard effort. And it's going to be their football coming up. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
On the quick, right?
Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. That'll be complete to Ford. And he's out of bounds after pushing just past the 40. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
Oh, ready?
Back to throw, Stroud. Trying to push it deep downfield. They connect on the deep shot. And in for the Houston touchdown. Reichard on for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Texans get it back to a 14-point game. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So it's the Colts who